I hope you're having an amazing day. My name is Colin, and in this video I will bring you a full price prediction for the upcoming Affyn launch. So I've covered Affyn on this channel before. Nothing in this video is financial advice, it is for entertainment purposes only. And in that video I was super excited. So in that video, which I will link in the description down below, we go over the full white paper, a full review, but it is looking very good. So it's a play to earn metaverse world where you can basically play from your phone, but it has a direct integration into the real world, which is basically the untapped market they want to focus on is the non-crypto users, right? So they're looking to bring this mobile version of a play to earn metaverse towards mass adoption. It kind of looks like Pokemon Go. They have released some teasers already of in-game content, and it looks really, really good. In this video, I just want to focus on the price prediction for the investors, and of course, I am an investor myself into this project. So you can read the entire pitch deck. I'm just going to go to the tokenomics. Right, so there'll be a 1 billion total Affyn circulating supply. The amazing thing is that the actual token generation event is going to occur next week, or at least later this week already. Yeah, later this week, I think on the 29th, and the market cap is extremely small. The reason that the market cap is extremely small is because of several reasons, which I will touch upon in a second. So out of the 1 billion total supply, we're looking at a foundation of about 30.5%, a reserve of 11.3%, marketing 10%, initial 1%, whatever the initial means, 3% to the seed, 8% to the private round, 4% to the strategic round, 13% to the pre-sale, and 1% to the launch pads. So they raised a lot of money, right? When you add all these up, it's definitely a large percentage in terms of money raised. When we look at the actual pre-sale is where I participated on the Affyn website, and then the founder team and advisors get 18%, which looks fair, but there's definitely a lot of money raised on the actual rounds. So the token sale pan, when they look at the pre-sale and the launch pads, the pre-sale occurred on the Affyn website directly, and the maximum purchase amount was 50,000 Affyn, which by a price of 8 cents comes down to $4,000. I purchased not $4,000, I purchased $2,500. Affyn tokens available upon launch, 10 days locked. So the TGE has a 10-day cliff, and then it's daily linear vesting for 6 months. When it comes to the launch pads, and they're doing many, the price will already be steadily increased to 14 cents. They have a 10% unlock on TGE, then a 10-day lock as well, and 1% unlock daily thereafter. So it will take them about 90 days, 3 months of daily linear vesting. Maximum amount purchase to be announced, right? Basically, when we look at this entire overview and what this team is looking to do, watch the video on my entire research report. It is definitely really impressive. Now, I have it pulled up on CryptoRank. It's not really correct because it's talking about a 6-month cliff. It depends on which rounds, which names you would use, but definitely the seed investors and stuff, the vesting is not really that accurate in this overview. So we cannot use that, but I'm basically looking at my private sale pricing, which on the actual document is 8 cents. So 8 cents right here, 10 days lock, 6-month linear vesting, it's daily linear vesting, right? 8 cents to 14 cents on the actual, so let's say it doesn't even pump, we already have extremely good return, right? With daily linear vesting, you obviously do not have the dumps, which is something I like. People just claim whenever they want to claim. When we have a look at the moon sheet, we have to take into consideration, obviously, the current market conditions, right? So the current market conditions is one of the most important things on IDO launches, and Bitcoin hasn't been all that stable, as I'm sure we all are aware. So as of November, we've seen a linear downward pattern, and right now the question is, are we going to drop more this month? It appears so. Yesterday achieving a new all-time low of about $33,000. It recouped back to 36. However, the question remains, what is going to happen today? Nobody knows. We could go up, we could go down. Let's see what happens. The Affyn team is one of the few teams that announced already that they're not going to delay their IDO due to market conditions, right? They said we're launching at a low market cap. We would have to launch anyway, because we need to move this project forward, which instills a lot of trust in me. If you're just going to delay the IDO because of the current market conditions, it is just to please your short-term investors, right? When we're talking about long-term investors, I don't think it matters much when you launch. The most important thing will be that for the longevity of the project, all the roadmap deadlines are executed properly. And I'm not looking to dump this token, actually, specifically not in the current market conditions. Most of the projects that are going live these days, I will hold anyway, right? Let me just see if I can pull up all the vesting totals. Oh, I need to scroll, okay. So when I would receive my tokens, even with daily linear vesting, it obviously depends on the return, right? But it would launch at about 140,000 market cap, I believe. So in that case, I think it can easily pull up to 1 million, 5 million, right? However, as soon as the daily linear vesting starts, 10 days after the TGE, the price becomes a little bit more volatile, right? It makes sense. So this is one of the tokens where you have a 10% TGE on the public sale of the launch pads, which brings it basically to, here we go. So we have the initial 2K was raised to help kickstart the project, 10 days locked, 1% unlocked daily after, all right? Very, very cheap, but obviously this is like people investing into a dream at that point. There was nothing there yet. Then the seeds are obviously also good, but they have a 6-month cliff with 18-month vesting, private 6-month cliff, strategic 6-month cliff. So we don't really have to worry about these guys taking profits because it will be quite some time before they can. So the initials or 100% will take profit because they have a 10-day lock, and then 1% unlock daily after. They will dump these tokens at a 1% rate because they basically have done a 7x just off the TGE alone, which if this pumps, then they make like tremendous returns, so they will take their profit. It's only 200K, so it's nothing even to worry about, in my opinion. It's literally 2K per day worth of tokens that's being released. As long as the demand is there, should be fine if there's enough liquidity. So the pre-sale, 10 days locked, 6-month linear vesting. This is where I am at. And then you got your launch pad, 10% unlocked on TGE, 10 days locked. So this is basically the TGE circulation that we will see. Then the 4 years vesting with a 12-month cliff, and all the other ones are not really to be worried about. Market cap at token generation event, 140K, right? Actual percentage allocation may be rounded to the nearest percentage point, excluding DEX liquidity and marketing. So that's quite important that it doesn't include the liquidity. They did put that here, which I think is really good. This is just what's basically the buying pressure. I would say 140K, which is literally nothing. We do have to take into consideration the quite unique market conditions at this point, but I'm not too worried about this at all. The problem for me is that these launches are usually a lot more fun when you have tokens. I will still watch the launch live, but unfortunately we will not be able to participate because we need to wait 10 days until we get the tokens. So when these tokens are released, the party really starts, right? Which basically goes for the initial guys and the pre-sale guys. The pre-sale being a lot more significant. So this is 1%. This is 1%, this is 13%. So 10 days after the Affyn launch, I predict a steady, slow decline. Because of the daily linear vesting, they have done that very well, in my opinion. It says 6-month linear vesting. So in that case, if it's daily linear, which I assume that they are referring to, then we wouldn't see too big of a drop there. The 10% actually, how far can we go with 140K market cap, right? Even confirmed here, initial market cap. They did put that disclaimer there because obviously a lot of people will complain otherwise that it's not transparent, but it is very important. So people are already asking, when is a centralized exchange? When is centralized exchange? Guys, these guys haven't even launched on the DEX yet. Chill the fuck out, right? They have 10 days basically. What would be the most amazing move if they could do that, could pull that off? That would be awesome. So basically they do the TGE, they list on the DEX, and then within 10 days they push a centralized exchange to catch the dip that will come in terms of price. But with the current market conditions and such a long-term project as Affyn is, I wouldn't really be too focused on the actual price in the short medium term. With daily linear vesting, I'm not going to basically capture my tokens every single day and sell them off. I'll do this once per week if it's extremely profitable, like 10x. If we're looking at like a 1x, 1.5x, basically break even or a little bit profitable, I would in that case, well, 1x take into consideration 100% gain, obviously. So in that case, more than that ROI. I would maybe claim once a month, right? I wouldn't make it a priority to dump this token because I do believe it has a lot of long-term potential. Where should the price prediction end? Where should it come down to? I think when we look at the multiplier, so we're starting at 140K without liquidity, right? I think it's an easy 10x, right, to 1.4 million. I think that's a no-brainer. 1.4 million market cap for a lot of games of this spectrum, right? If we look at something like Magic Craft, right, which is quite hyped, but it's 5.8. It literally has nothing yet on their record, right? I did cover this quite a bit, so that's why I'm taking this example. Is we're doing Soul Chicks. They start with a very high market cap. It's basically below IDO price right now, 25% below, 20% below IDO price, still sitting at about 10 million, right? So the value of these companies is basically all hype, supply demand, 15 million, right? It's quite ridiculous at some point. So definitely you're quite quickly being able to see 1 to 2 million probably. So I'll keep it conservative between 1 to 2 million, 10, 15x on TGE. The reason for that is after 10 days, every single day, the market cap will increase, right? So because of this 1% unlock daily after, and this 1% unlock daily after, and this 6-month linear vesting, that basically means that every single day more tokens will hit the supply, which means that the market cap goes up every single day moving forward. After 6 months, then these tokens are added into circulation as well. So you do have to take that in consideration. You can't say like, oh, let's go from 1 million, from 140K to 20 million, and then from 20 million every day thereafter, after 10 days, it's going to add 500,000 in market cap. That's extremely unrealistic, right? Although it's all hype, I'm just trying to stay reasonable as always. And a little bit more conservative, but definitely with such a low market cap at 10, 20x, I would say is inevitable. If possible, I'll try to cover this launch live. That would be great. Although I don't have any tokens yet at that point, I would love to see what they're able to pull off. They're going to actually go for a lot of launch pads. So I'm actually going to participate. I filled out the whitelist this morning on AnyPad. So I'm actually doing the public sale as well on AnyPad. My bad. Damn, I forgot. I did it like an hour ago. But I did fill out the whitelist for AnyPad on the Affyn launch. But it will be a small amount of tokens, right? So that is the 14 cents. I was considering not to do it because I already put in 2.5K for 8 cents, which is so much more profitable. But I'll probably truly believe in this project. So I'll take whatever I can take. It's only a small amount that they're going to raise anyway. I don't know how much they're going to raise, but I'll do it on AnyPad. They also have it on True P&L, right? So there are quite some launch pads involved in this one. GameStation is involved, Ignition, Oxbull, Infinity Pad. So they have like 8 launch pads, which is quite a lot. But I assume they all get like a tiny bit of allocation. In terms of the actual hype around the projects, yes, more launch pads should create more buzz, more hype. But we've seen with Soul Chicks that doesn't always play out well if you raise too much money, right? The vesting is obviously a lot better of a setup with Affyn, specifically because it's an extremely long-term project in my opinion. It holds tremendous potential. So I'm still quite bullish on Affyn, and I hope you are too. If you're interested in Affyn, then check out their Twitter. You can still participate in the actual IDOs. The private sales and everything else have been closed already. If you want to know everything about this project, what it's actually about, how the projects work, make sure to check my research report, which is about a 45-minute long video going over their entire white paper, showing you everything you need to know. Bullish on Affyn. I hope I can cover it live. Thank you so much for watching. This was the complete price prediction. I will see you in the next one.